What if I told you the biggest mystery in conservative media didn't come from Washington, but from a stage, a widow, and a podcast mic? Because right now, Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and the entire internet are tangled in a story that's half political thriller, half soap opera, and 100% wild. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, just vanished right after Rogan hinted that evidence exists that could flip the entire narrative upside down. Coincidence? Or the calm before the digital storm? Let's break it down. 10 shocking facts that explain why this story refuses to die. The clip that started it all. It all kicked off with one tiny clip. A blink and you'll miss it moment that blew up the internet like gasoline on a grease fire. Joe Rogan wasn't even trying to start drama. He was mid-conversation, probably thinking about elk meat and free speech when he dropped a sentence that hit like a sucker punch. There's more to this story than people realize. There's evidence that never saw the light of day. Boom, that's all it took. Within hours, the internet went full CSI mode. Reddit detectives, X warriors, and TikTok truthers were dissecting the clip like it was the Zapruder film. Rogan's tone wasn't wild. It was calm, surgical, which made it 10 times creepier. His guest froze. The studio went silent. And in that silence, the internet heard everything. Some thought Joe was talking about a buried report, private text, security footage, or something bigger than Turning Point USA. Others said he was just connecting dots, but no one heard the rest of the podcast because the 12-second clip had already escaped into the algorithmic wild. Creators clipped it, remixed it, slowed it down. Evidence that never saw the light of day became the gospel of speculation, and the hashtags, they multiplied faster than political memes before an election. #Joe knows something, #where is Erica, #the Kirk files. Mainstream outlets tried to keep up, cautiously reporting that Rogan hinted at new information, while commentary channels went straight for the jugular. Joe Rogan exposes hidden truth behind Charlie Kirk's death. What no one realized yet was that this was only the first domino. Rogan hadn't dropped proof. He dropped potential energy, and when that energy hit social media, it detonated into obsession. It wasn't just what Joe said, it was how little he said. That pregnant pause, that almost whispered tone, turned his podcast into a Rorschach test for paranoia. People didn't want answers, they wanted intrigue, and right on cue, the story took its first twist. Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, went dark. No posts, no statements, no sightings. The same woman who had once stood in front of thousands now vanished behind the curtain. If the first fact was the spark, the next one is the gasoline. Because when Erica Kirk disappeared, the internet didn't ask if something was wrong. It asked how deep the rabbit hole went. The disappearing act after Joe Rogan dropped his cryptic "there's more to this story" bombshell. Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, suddenly vanished from public view, setting the internet on fire. One day she was posting about faith and resilience. The next, her socials were wiped, her podcast stopped, and even her friends went radio silent. Almost instantly, #where is Erica trended across every platform. Fans split between worry and obsession, some saying she was hiding from threats, others claiming she'd gone dark by choice. Then an unverified photo surfaced of a woman resembling her at a Texas airport, igniting even more speculation. Mainstream media pounced, headlines blurred fact with fantasy, and conservative circles divided. Was she grieving, hiding, or protecting a secret Rogan had hinted at? Psychologists framed her silence as a form of coping, while Candace Owens struck a nerve with her comment, "When silence turns into disappearance, that's not peace, that's pain." Every old clip of Erica was reanalyzed like digital forensics. Her smile seen as strain, her calm as control. In the end, the internet couldn't decide if she was a victim, a strategist, or something in between. But one truth stood out: Erica's disappearance didn't silence her, it amplified her. In a world drowning in noise, her silence became the loudest story of all, because what came next blurred the line between tragedy and strategy. The PR or prophecy debate. Here's where the story goes from eerie to existential. After Erica Kirk's vanishing act turned into a full-blown media circus, the internet found itself split into two warring factions: the PR realists and the prophecy believers. And their debate? It wasn't just loud, it was biblical. On one side, the PR crowd. These are the skeptics, the media veterans, the "I've seen this playbook before" crowd. They claimed Erica's silence wasn't a mystery, it was marketing. A perfectly timed vanishing act designed to control the narrative. Disappear, let the public panic, then reappear when everyone's watching, said one pundit. It's PR 101, tragedy, silence, rebirth. They pointed out the patterns, the polished photos, the faith-based captions, the sudden shifts in tone from mourning to mission. To them, this wasn't grief, it was branding. Then came the prophecy crowd, the ones who saw something divine, or at least deliberate, in Erica's disappearance. They argued her silence wasn't strategy, it was symbolism. Her withdrawal from the spotlight, her sparse words about faith and truth, even the timing of her last post. All of it, they said, carried meaning. She's revealing without speaking, one fan wrote. She's leading a movement by saying nothing. For this side, Erica wasn't running from chaos, she was transcending it. And like any modern-day culture war, the fight didn't stay in the comments. You had YouTubers, Twitter theorists, and even preachers turning her silence into sermons. Some claimed her last message, faith over fear, was prophetic, a coded message about standing against corruption in the conservative movement. Others mocked the idea, saying if there's one thing the internet loves more than a mystery, it's pretending every mystery is a messiah. Here's where it gets weirder. Both sides kind of had a point, because whether you saw Erica as a spiritual messenger or a media mastermind, the effect was the same. She became untouchable. If it was PR, it worked brilliantly. If it was prophecy, it resonated deeply. Either way, her absence became more powerful than any press conference. Journalists noted how her disappearance followed the classic three-act arc of modern myth-making: the fall, the tragedy, the silence, the mystery, the rebirth, the narrative control. And the question now was, which act are we in? Meanwhile, Candace Owens threw gas on the fire by calling Erica's silence a message wrapped in a brand. Rogan stayed quiet. Elon liked one cryptic post about truth hiding in plain sight. And the audience? They were eating it up like it was a season finale of True Detective. Because here's the kicker. In today's media world, you don't need to choose between PR and prophecy. You can be both, a brand and a belief, a symbol and a strategy. And that's what made the debate unstoppable. One side called her a marketing genius, the other called her a martyr, but both agreed on one thing: Erica Kirk knew exactly what she was doing. And just when the internet thought it had the narrative pinned down, a leaked clip appeared. One that didn't just question the story, it threatened to rewrite it. Rogan's evidence, Echo Rogan, didn't actually reveal any hard evidence. He dropped implication, and the internet turned it into a conspiracy carnival. His single line, "There's more to this story," acted like a grenade in the outrage machine, sparking endless speculation and micro clips. Creators chopped the moment into viral sound bites. Influencers connected the dots, and silence from key players only fueled the frenzy. In reality, there were no documents, no leaks, just tone, timing, and tension. But that was enough. People took Rogan's curiosity as confirmation, filling in the blanks with their own assumptions. Algorithms rewarded the most emotional takes, not the most accurate ones. Because online maybe doesn't trend, bombshell does. Soon, three main narratives took over. 1. The hidden file fantasy, a mysterious cache of evidence about to surface. 2. Silence equals guilt. If no one's talking, they must be hiding something. 3. Pattern paranoia coincidences turned into calculated moves. The truth, none of it was verified. Real proof requires receipts, timestamps, sources, corroboration, and those never showed up. Rogan's power wasn't in data, it was in doubt. He created the perfect storm, a line vague enough to be interpreted 100 ways, but powerful enough to make everyone feel like they'd uncovered a secret. Rogan didn't break news, he built anticipation. The echo wasn't about what he knew, it was about what everyone thought he did. Transition hook. If Rogan's subtle tease could shake the internet, imagine what happened when Candace Owens claimed she had notes. Buckle up, because the promise of proof is often more viral than the proof itself. The mystery flight, right when people thought the internet had squeezed every drop of speculation out of Erica Kirk's disappearance, boom, enter the mystery flight. According to timelines dissected across Reddit and X, flight data allegedly tied to one of Erica's business associates showed a private jet leaving Arizona just hours after Joe Rogan's viral "There's more to this story" comment. No confirmations, no logs officially connecting Erica to that plane. But when has that ever stopped the internet? Within hours, the rumor took off faster than the jet itself. By dawn, the tabloids were in full frenzy mode. Erica in hiding. The vanishing widow splashed across front pages like digital neon. Screenshots of flight paths, grainy airport photos, and anonymous tips flooded feeds. All unverified, all viral. In the attention economy, speed beats accuracy every single time. And then, the twist nobody saw coming. After being missing for less than 24 hours, Erica reappeared online. A single post on Instagram. White background, background, 3 stark words in black, faith over fear, no caption, no hashtags, just silence dressed as symbolism. Within an hour, the post hit over 1 million comments. Half were prayers, half were pitchforks, some saw redemption, others saw deflection, and suddenly, silence became the loudest language on the internet. Experts on media manipulation called it the perfect feedback loop. Her absence created the hunger, her cryptic return fed it. Psychologists chimed in, saying her minimalist post could either be spiritual solace or strategic signal. As one pundit put it, when silence becomes content, every word becomes currency. That's when it all evolved from rumor into ritual. People weren't tracking Erica Kirk anymore. They were interpreting her like scripture. Every emoji, every color choice, every deleted story became evidence. The brilliance, or madness, of the mystery flight moment is how it blurred fiction and fact so seamlessly that nobody cared which was which anymore. The audience wasn't watching for truth, they were watching for the next drop. But if you think one jet and one cryptic post were the peak of this digital soap opera, think again, because what came next made even silence sound suspicious. Faith over fear. After vanishing for a week, Erica Kirk finally resurfaced, not with a statement, but with a post. Faith over fear, 3 words, no caption, no explanation, and somehow it hit harder than any press release could. The internet lost its mind. To some, it was divine resilience, a widow finding strength in chaos. To others, it was PR theater wrapped in scripture. One side saw hope, the other saw spin. Her timing was surgical. Right as Joe Rogan's evidence clip hit peak virality, instead of answering questions, she changed the question itself. Faith over fear wasn't just a phrase, it was a reset button, an elegant way to rise above the noise without saying a thing. The brilliance was in its vagueness. The line meant everything and nothing at once. Powerful, poetic, and perfectly memeable. It became a Rorschach test for the internet. Believers saw grace, skeptics saw deflection, and everyone else saw a headline. Within hours, #faith over fear trended globally. TikTokers dissected her font choice. Pundits quoted her on air. And then, silence. No follow-up, no clarifications, just a void that everyone tried to fill. Experts called it narrative aikido, using the chaos of the internet as a shield. Whether she was healing or strategizing didn't matter. The result was the same: control through absence. In the end, it wasn't a sermon about religion. It was a statement about power. Faith in herself over fear of public judgment. Faith in silence over fear of scandal. Faith in mystery over fear of losing control. She didn't explain the story, she became it. But while everyone was decoding her 3 words, another voice broke the silence. Louder, riskier, and ready to expose what she didn't say. And that's when this saga stopped being a mystery and became a showdown. The Internet Investigation Squad. When official updates dried up, the internet did what it does best. It deputized itself. Within hours of Erica Kirk's mysterious disappearance, Reddit, TikTok, and X were swarming with digital detectives. The kind of caffeine-fueled investigators who can turn a 3-second clip into a 12-part theory faster than the FBI can draft a statement. They called themselves truth seekers, but let's be honest, it was CSI Wi-Fi edition. These amateur sleuths didn't just gossip, they organized. They built Google Docs, Discord servers, and interactive timelines connecting every eyebrow raise, deleted tweet, and flight log that even remotely linked to Erica's name. Think Reddit threads meet NASA telemetry. They rewatched Joe Rogan's clip frame by frame, slowing it down like the Zapruder film, claiming they spotted micro reactions in his guest's eyes that proved he knew more. Others overlaid Rogan's audio with leaked Turning Point USA footage, convinced the background hum matched a Utah venue fan. Spoiler, it didn't. It was just air conditioning. Meanwhile, TikTok theorists divided into factions. The "she's hiding for safety" camp, posting moody edits with Bible verses. The "it's all a PR stunt" squad, dissecting her typography choices. And of course, the CIA and Candace Owens are in on it theorists. Because what's a viral mystery without a little deep state seasoning? The result? The investigation became the content. Live stream panels popped up nightly. Self-proclaimed analysts cross-examining screenshots like lawyers on energy drinks. Every 10-second clip turned into an exclusive. But here's the twist. While they hunted for Erica, the internet detectives accidentally created her myth. Every new discovery, whether fake flight paths or reinterpreted Bible verses, made her story bigger, stranger, and even harder to disprove. In the end, the investigation wasn't about solving anything. It was about participation in an online world where where engagement is currency, everyone wanted to be the first to connect the dots. Erica Kirk stopped posting, but the internet didn't. And that's the paradox. Her silence gave the crowd permission to speak louder than ever. But if you think the detectives were wild, wait till you see what happened when the algorithm joined the case. Because once TikTok, YouTube, and X started feeding on the chaos, the truth didn't just disappear. It got monetized. The CEO bombshell. If Erica Kirk's faith over fear post was the calm before the storm, then this was the thunderclap that split the sky. Because just when the internet thought she'd vanished for good, Turning Point USA dropped the bombshell. Effective immediately, Erica Kirk has been appointed CEO. Yeah, you heard that right. The widow just became the boss. Cue the collective jaw drop across political Twitter, TikTok, and every Reddit thread north of sanity. To some, it was poetic, the loyal wife stepping up to continue Charlie's mission. To others, it was suspiciously cinematic, like a third act twist written by a PR firm that binges House of Cards. The shockwave, the news hit like caffeine in an empty stomach. 1 second, people were mourning. The next, they were Googling succession plan. Conservative commentators flooded podcasts calling it a beautiful act of faith and leadership. Meanwhile, skeptics saw something colder. A power transfer wrapped in tragedy. The announcement wasn't just corporate, it was symbolic. A widow becoming the face of the empire her husband built days after his death. That's not just timing, that's choreography. And everyone had questions. Was this planned before Charlie's passing? Did the board pressure her into it? Or, as some TikTok sleuths insisted, was this the plan all along? The rebirth or rebrand debate supporters framed it as resilience. She's honoring his legacy. Critics called it rebranding through grief. She's turning loss into leadership optics. And here's where it got messy. The footage. At her first event as CEO, Erica walked on stage in all black. No tears, no tremble, just ice calm delivery. She thanked the crowd for believing in the mission and promised to carry the torch forward. No mention of the rumors, no denial, not even a wink toward the chaos swirling online. 5 minutes, one standing ovation, and the crowd was split like the Red Sea. To some, she looked like a phoenix, unbreakable, divine. To others, she looked like an actress who just nailed her most important audition. The PR optics or power play. Let's be real, this wasn't a boardroom decision, it was a broadcast. Turning Point didn't just replace a CEO, they rebooted a myth. Erica's new image, somber, strong, spiritual, hit every algorithmic note. Within hours, her clips were everywhere. TikTok edits calling her the Iron Widow. Comment sections reading like fan clubs and courtrooms at once. One post summed it up perfectly. This isn't a comeback, it's a coronation. But what raised the most eyebrows? Her timing. Because the CEO announcement came 48 hours after Joe Rogan hinted there was more to the story. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it was the PR equivalent of a smokescreen, a bold headline to drown out the whispers. The boardroom mystery leaked reports suggested this move wasn't unanimous. A few insiders allegedly pushed back, saying the optics were too soon, too strategic. But majority vote won. Why? Because, like one source put it, Erica wasn't just the widow, she was the brand. And that's when the story went nuclear. Suddenly, every conservative podcast, every gossip show, every YouTube commentator had the same question. Was this resilience or rehearsal? The symbol becomes the story. Here's the twist. After becoming CEO, Erica stopped doing interviews altogether. No podcast appearances, no press sit-downs. Her silence became part of the myth. The quiet authority, the enigma in heels. Her image shifted from victim to visionary, from mourning wife to movement leader, and in doing so, she became untouchable, both revered and feared. The public didn't know whether to pray for her or profile her, but that's the genius of modern media. You don't have to tell your story if people are already telling it for you, but if you think the CEO twist was the final act, think again, because just when everyone thought the narrative had settled, a leaked memo surfaced. The Truth War. By the time Erica Kirk became CEO of Turning Point USA, the internet had stopped mourning and started fighting. Not over grief, but over truth itself. The moment her appointment dropped, the digital battlefield split into two sides. The believers, who saw her as fulfilling a divine mission and standing strong in faith, and the doubters, who viewed it all as a calculated PR move. Operation Optics. Social media turned into a weaponized war zone where facts didn't matter as much as believability. Every Rogan clip, every screenshot, every exclusive leak was fuel for the algorithm. When an alleged internal turning point memo surfaced, suggesting Erica's promotion was planned before Charlie's death, it went viral instantly, even without proof. Podcasts, conspiracy channels, and comment sections erupted, turning a tragedy into a chaos economy where attention replaced truth. Within days, the scandal became a cultural spectacle. Memes, AI deepfakes, and TikTok edits blurred reality, transforming Erica into both a symbol of faith and a target of suspicion. Truth had become customizable, and the internet's addiction to maybe kept the story alive. In the end, this wasn't just a mystery. It was a mirror, a reflection of a culture where silence screams louder than evidence and where chaos isn't an accident, it's the strategy. The takeaway: by the end of the Charlie and Erica Kirk saga, the story had evolved beyond fact. It became a self-sustaining media franchise. The real plot twist: it wasn't about uncovering the truth anymore. It was about keeping the story alive. In the modern media jungle, outrage is oxygen and attention is currency. Every twist, from Joe Rogan's cryptic hint to Erica's silence, didn't end the chaos, it fed it. Outrage wasn't accidental, it was the business model. Erica's disappearance became more than mystery, it became marketing. Her silence turned into a brand, proving that in the algorithm era, saying nothing can speak the loudest. Then came the holy trinity of virality: Candace Owens the fire starter, Rogan the amplifier, and Elon Musk the echo chamber. They didn't coordinate, they collided, and that coincidence powered the content machine. Each word or tweet became a spark for 1,000 new theories, clips, and headlines. The power had officially shifted from truth to traction. In this new world, whoever controls the emotional tone wins the audience. Facts don't go viral, feelings do. The result? A cultural loop where chaos isn't the consequence, it's the product. We don't scroll for clarity anymore, we scroll for the hit. The rush of outrage, the satisfaction of being right, the thrill of the chase, that's what fuels the modern attention economy. Erica's story was just the latest version of the same formula. Mystery plus morality plus memes equals engagement. And here's the final sting: in this new reality, we're not just observers, we're participants. Every click, share, and comment keeps the chaos alive. The algorithm doesn't care who's right, only who's loud. So the next time a story like this blows up, ask yourself, are you searching for truth or addicted to the adrenaline of uncertainty? Because in 2025, the truth doesn't end the story, it keeps it trending. So what do you think? Is Erica hiding, healing, or holding the biggest secret in conservative media? Drop your thoughts below. I'm reading every comment. And if you're still chasing the truth like the rest of us, hit subscribe, because this story's just getting started. Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, in the digital age, silence might just be the loudest move of all.